Okay, I think this is a pretty important topic to talk about with everybody. The new Phantom Seal stamp has just released for the global side of Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. And a lot of people have been asking, who should I use the stamp on? I know a lot of people are going to be eager. They gave us a free one in the gift box. You get one at level 10. But then after that, guys, it becomes way harder to get these. And they are limited, so you're not going to be able to use these on every single character. So you're going to have to pick and choose which characters you put them on. So today, I want to show you guys which characters are the most important right now in Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade on global and also in the future, because you're going to want to hold on to maybe one or two of these for the future of the game as well. So first off, let me show you where you can obtain them. You can obtain them from Illusory Tower, and you can obtain them on floor 10. You do not get one every 10 floors, which would be nice if you did, but you don't. Okay, you get one every 20 floors. So floor 20, if I was to show you guys that, there is no stamp right there, but then on floor 30 we have a stamp right here. Floor 40, no stamp, and then floor 50, there is a stamp right there. So in total, one stamp, two, and then three stamps available here, and then one from the gift box right now on global. Okay, so keep that in mind. 4 total stamps. That means 4 characters that you can potentially level break or limit break, and I'm going to show you guys the best characters to do that with. But in general, I am going to say the best characters to limit break are going to be your attack characters or the characters doing the most damage. So with that said, let's hop into it. Okay, so I have created a little tier list here with all of what I consider to be some of the best attackers in the game. These are the characters all the way up to the first anniversary of JP, where JP is at right now. So we do have the new Gojo and the new Itadori here. And honestly, like, this Megami released at the beginning of Global, right? But a lot of people were hesitant to pull on this Megami, but he is still one of the best attackers in the game because of his ability to buff allies, which is absolutely insane. But we'll start with the most recent release, Hollow Purple Gojo. How important do I think it is to invest in this guy? Right now on global, I would say he is definitely a top priority character because Illusory Tower, for the after stage 20, it's going to require a really good green type character. Now you can get by without him, but he makes it so much easier. And if you're able to level limit break him as well, it's just going to be that much easier. So I highly recommend, if you're trying to think about who to level limit break, I recommend doing Gojo for the immediate payoff of Tower, right? But in general, in the long term, I don't know that I would put him above some of these other characters. So I'll try to organize these in order of, like, you know, top priority for limit breaking versus those that are, like, I'll put this in order for the tier. So next up, we have Yellow Nanami. Yellow Nanami is a really good attacker as well. I have showcased him recently on JP. The crits that he can do is absolutely insane, and then the ability to buff allies or anyone who attacks after him is also very good. However, I don't think he's quite on the same tier as like Hollow Purple Gojo or even just regular Gojo or Toji, right? So some of those characters are going to be better. I think he is a second priority character. I think he is a very hard-hitting character, a very decent character. I love that there's a good Nanami in the game, but I don't think he is a top priority to use your stamp on. So if you finish all the top priority characters and you want to start working on your second priority characters, because eventually we will get more stamps over time, right? Then you can start working on those characters. But next up, we have the blue Gojo. This is a Gojo that most everybody has, and this Gojo is very, very good. General pull unit from day one, still good on JP, and I do actually recommend investing in him and limit breaking him if you guys are able. And a character I forgot here, I just realized, was Yuta. Yuta should definitely be up here, so let me add him to this to be determined list. There we go. That looks better. We'll get to him, I guess, towards the end. And next up, we have Mahito. Mahito is not yet out on global, but he is, here's the good news, a free-to-play character. And I think he is a very good free-to-play character, a very good attacker with the things that he does. And so we're going to put him into a second priority as well. Eventually, when all these characters come out, I'll go more into depth on each of their kits and what they do. But it would be a very, very long video if I went in and explained what every single character did, like, you know, command skill by ultimate. Like, if I just went through all of it, it would just be a super long video, okay? So that's why I'm not going over them in depth, but still a very good attacker. Next up, we have Toji, a really good taijutsu attacker, perhaps, honestly, you know, realistically, probably the best in the game. And this new Itadori's good. I'm not sure who's better out of the two of them. They're both very, very good characters. I'm going to put Toji up here as well. And now I would probably put him above Hollow Purple Gojo for the long run. He is going to be one of your better characters that you're going to want to invest in overall. He is a very solid character. Next up, we have the new Domain Gojo. Domain Gojo is insanely good. Maybe one of the best characters in the game realistically, but he's one of the best characters not just because of his attack, but because of his domain expansion. And well, I guess his attack does a lot of damage as well, but his domain expansion being able to do all the things that it does is actually just insane. I don't even know. I might put him above Toji, but I think for sake of damage, right, I think I put him here because he's as good as he is because of his domain expansion. His damage is good, but I feel like Toji is still maybe has a little bit of a leg up. And in terms of like getting that limit break level, I feel like we're talking about damage here, right? Typically, the more levels you have, the more damage it's going to help you out. That's why we're putting these are all attackers. That's why we don't have any of like these supports down here, because level limit breaking them doesn't help them very much, you know. So it's better to do this on attackers. So we're going to put Toji towards the top of the priority list still, and then the new Domain Gojo right there. I feel like that's good. He is better than Hollow Purple Gojo, still better than the General Pool Gojo. That feels like a good order. Next up, we have Megumi. Megumi is a very solid character once again with his ability to attack and ability to buff allies. A lot of you guys have already used him, so you already know that. I would honestly probably put Megumi. I might put him right here. I think just because of his ability to buff, he's really good. Well, actually, damage-wise, No. Actually, if I'm being honest, just based on damage, I think it's like this. I think Nanami's first, then Mahito. Mahito might even be above Nanami, but I'm going to keep it that way for right now. Mahito, and then Megumi. Yeah, that's more fair. I can't just put Megumi above the others because I say he has buffs. Like, we're talking about, is the levels, are the extra 10 levels actually going to benefit him? Not as much as these two characters, I feel like. Next up, we have Itadori. Itadori is, far and every way, one of the best characters in the game. Very, very good. Being able to have multiple skills and attack with those skills on one turn is absolutely freaking broken. Honestly, I think I put Itadori, I think I put him above the new Gojo, just in terms of like, he's worth using and putting those extra 10 levels on because of the damage that he can do. He's really, really solid. Now, is he better than Toji? I don't know. Like I said, these two are very, very close in what they can do. Then we have Teen Gojo, Hidden Inventory Gojo. This guy, absolutely broken, very insane, and unlike the other Gojos that are there, he does not leave. So I highly recommend, I would say he is your #1 investment overall. He's not out yet, obviously, but he will be coming out on Global eventually, and I would say he is probably your #1 investment for a stamp. Remember, we do have 4 stamps, okay? So you don't have to be afraid to use 1 or 2 of them, but you should save probably at least 2 for these top 2 characters right here, Toji and Gojo. I highly recommend using your stamps on them. Next up, we have Getzo, who comes out actually alongside them, but he's still more of like a buffer character with what he does. So honestly, I put him even below Megumi. I think he goes right there. He's kind of worth using the stamp on, but not nearly as much as some of these other characters above him. And then last but not least, we have Yuta. Yuta, I'm actually going to put probably, where would I put him? He goes in a top priority. He's definitely a top priority character because he doesn't leave the field and he can do a decent amount of damage. I think literally because he doesn't leave the field and the damage that he does, I think he goes above the other Gojos. Like, Gojos would be up there. Like, this Gojo is really good with his utility, but the fact that Yuta does not leave the field, I think keeps him above the other Gojos because of the damage. He can do damage on par with them, right? He also has the counter, he has the heal and everything else, and he would largely benefit from the extra 10 levels. I don't think he's going to benefit as much as Itadori, who's getting 2 skills on 1 turn, but he will still benefit from it quite significantly. And like I said, this Gojo can benefit from, all 3 of these Gojos can benefit from the extra 10 levels, but how much does that really help you in the end when they end up eventually leaving? Like, it helps you, but it limits how helpful it is. So it's better to use it on characters that don't go away, right? So I think this is probably the best priority list I can come up with here. Hopefully that's in order. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments. But if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. Peace.